Hello everybody, sorry for the technical difficulties there, and welcome back to Daytona Beach for the finale of qualifying here for the second race of your evening. It is the A race in the 500 to 900 skill quant. We've got just under 2 minutes to go, and as the session ticks down, the tensions start to rise here at the 3.56 mile road course speedway, as Devil Bevin just tops the timesheets then by 100th of a second, literally flat of 100, then spins into turn 1. He won't get another lap, surely, because by the time he gets round again and completes another one, that session timer is going to be ticked to 0. Devil Bevin, I do not think, is going to have time to set another lap, so that's going to be his best effort. He's not exactly safe. He's only 100th of a second up. His nearest competitor is Dimitri, and as he rejoins the speedway now for his 5th attempt at a qualifying lap, it seems. Doesn't seem to have any issues with traffic at the moment as he makes his way towards the bus stop chicane. Let's just see what kind of lap time this will be. He's currently at a 1 minute 10. It's going to be very close to say the least. And he goes through there. Oh, he's so close to that barrier on the inside line. Nice and early track exit though, coming out of the bus stop. Got onto the tarmac nice and early. Didn't linger too much around on the runoff area. The only thing is now that he's not going to be aided by a slipstream of a car in front. He can't really rely on that. He's staying as low as he can. He's not drifting up high like some drivers choose to. Staying his car low, 189 miles an hour. Does he top it? Yes, he does! By 200th of a second. So it's a case of anything you can do, I can do better. And right now, Dimitri seemingly has done the absolute best he can. Devil Bevin will not have time to retaliate, we don't think. But he's gone across the line now. Let's wait and see. Does he get one more lap? No, he doesn't. The Devil Bevin session is over. That error at turn 1 has cost him dearly. He does not get another attempt, and Dimitri could very well be on pole position. Enganjin third is 2.2 tenths away. And no, he's coming off the track. So Enganjin's session is over as he pulls out the way for PH Factor, the winner of last race. Oh, the car's also back in the garage now. Ready? Let's see what PH Factor can do from PL. Oh, he goes 4th! And that is a big statement from the winner of the B race. It is not very often. I mean, the B race guys are very quick. There's no doubt about it. There's no way I can compete with them at all. But when you put the B guys in an A race, they traditionally sit around that midfield marker. They're not really challenging for podiums or victories. But PH Factor has made a big statement there. And a circuit as unpredictable as Daytona, where the racing can go anything from a win to last place in a split second, PH Factor has asserted himself among the top dogs here and made himself a very known presence. Let's see what he can do as we head into the race. It's Dimitri that will lead the field into turn number 1. Can he lead it come the end of this race? Hello everybody and welcome back live to Daytona International Speedway for what could be one of the most exciting races of the evening. We have got almost a full grid here today as we get ready to go green flag racing for 11 laps here in the A race of the 500 to 900 skill quad. Dimitri Pip qualifying. Will he pip the run into turn 1? We're racing, so let's find out. A big start there by PH Factor. He's going to have nowhere to go though. The underdog, the winner of the first race of the night in that B race. In this very same skill quad, he goes a bit wide there. I think a couple of drivers struggling on the outside. Dimitri's able to sneak through okay. There's some argy-bargy in the background. Want to watch out for that. And off in the background. Oh, it's 2 cars off. And PH Factor's one of them. And utter despair, there's a NASCAR fan involved. Jim Wally as well. A man who was doing so well earlier on. He competed well, but oh, and that's such a shame there for PH Factor. We'll see what he can do. Of course, the race has only just begun. It's an 11 lap encounter. It's not like it's going to be over straight away. But even so, a big start. So let's find out what happens then as the drivers round their way through the first part of the oval and onto the chicane. Dimitri with a commanding 6-second lead already. He's running away with that. He's going up to second. Devil Bevin fighting now with Clark 10 over P3. He's going to be able to hold on, I think, this time. Yeah, just about holds him off there. It's KKND just runs up behind them. P5. Reckon spins on the chicane. And 2 cars are off there. Dancing on Ice's back. Andy Bob pirouettes in P11. And that was about a 7 out of 10 on the Dancing on Ice scale. It wasn't anything too drastic, but even so, some very intense scenes here at Daytona as a lot of cars getting involved in action. The battle for second and third rages on as they cross the line though. And going around the outside. And he's going off and moved. No, it's Devil Bevin, I beg your pardon, around the outside. So Devil Bevin up into P2. As Clark 10 looks to maybe, just maybe, sneak through and take a leave out of Devil Bevin's book. Why not? He's currently P4 at the moment. Why not go for that a little bit more and see what you can bring to the table? He's definitely got the pace for it. He's got the talent for it. He's just going to put 1 and 1 together and put it all on paper. As the 3 Audis make their way now through this very tight left-hander before going on to the oval again. It's so difficult to get right. There's a nice runoff area there, but it will punish you as you lose so much speed before rejoining the oval. If you don't get it right, it can cost you such a big amount of time, not just in terms of a lap time, but in terms of slipstream as well. If you're a second in front of someone, you lose time there by about half a second. That slipstream difference will be absolutely pivotal come to when it gets to this bus stop chicane. We're here in defending the position. Long line of Audis as they make their way through the bus stop complex. There they all go. You can see a little bit of a war raging on in the backfield with PH Factor and Kwame there. So Flip has done a very nice job in P9. I mean, he's just doing a nice consistent race so far as he gets towards the end of lap number 2 to start number 3. We'll wait and see if he can maybe make a little bit more progress still as the race wears on. A quick run through the order. We've got to take a look, really. The main battle on the circuit now is going to be between KKND and Clark 10. They make their way through turn number 3. Clark 10 holds on just about. Got to be quite careful there not to make any silly errors, but he's done nice enough, I'd say, to hold on for now and not warrant doing anything too intense to kind of defend that position or sway drivers away. And a bit of a bumpy exit there for Clark. Oh, and he's got tons of oversteer underneath that Audi R18 e-tron Quattro. And look at this one now. The TDI is under a lot of pressure from WTTN M1 and KKND. But it's KKND who's going to deliver the first punch. He swings to the outside. There's no room there. And was that Clark cutting him off, or was that KKND getting the move wrong? Either way, through the bus stop chicane they go, and a bit of side-by-side contact. And somehow both of the drivers actually avoid the tyre wall. How they went side by side, collided, and missed the tyres is a complete mystery to me. That takes some very lucky driving indeed. By the way, they're still side by side now. Neither one looking to give up that track position. They want it now. They realise that there is quite a lot at stake here today. So through turn number 1 again, and this time it is Clark that holds on, and WTTN is still left. Fine for more, he's still left trying to make this manoeuvre stick. Whereas Dimitri and Devil Bevin look to try and close the gap. They're still separated by about 4 seconds at the moment. We'll see the lap times when they cross the start-finish line and what the actual distance between the two drivers are, as Ngannou really does pressure Devil Bevin now. Now, if these two drivers are smart, what they can do, if they're evenly paced, is stay together through the midfield section and bump draft each other as they get onto the ovals, giving each one just a little bit of an advantage to try and catch Dimitri, and therefore strengthening each one's chance of getting this championship going into round 4. They have to work together though. They need to make a common goal. That old saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. We'll see how friendly these guys get, because into the bus stop chicane right now, Ngannou's leaving a lot of space there for the second place man, just to make sure that he doesn't do anything too silly. And you can't really blame him either, can you, as they make their way through turn number 12, or turn number 11, you don't count the tri-oval. So he throws his car to the outside. He's going to need to try and wrap it around turn number 1, which is a lot easier said than done. Such a difficult place to pass turn 1. But no, again, Devil Bevin holding on quite strong here today. A lot of racing respect between these two drivers. No one is dive bombing. No one's like shunning each other. There's not a lot of anything like that. It's just very straight, clean, conservative, respectful racing, and that's exactly what we like to see. So KKND and Clark, whilst they've been dueling away over P4 and 5, WTTM1 again has taken that role of creeping up the back stairs. It seems to work for quite a lot of drivers here today. And you can't blame anyone, can you, for this, given it they're all at this stage. Everyone's done such a fantastic job so far. It's been a brilliant, brilliant day of racing, and I'm sure it's only going to get better as the races increase. Don't forget, we've got still the 900 and 1000 to 100 racing skill quant to come. We've got the Mitsubishi Championship. That's going to come at the Evolution X World Championship. We'll be back on your screens after this race, in fact. So round number 3 of that one comes to your monitors in very exquisite fashion indeed. And as could WTTN's manoeuvre on Clark 10, as again into the bus stop chicane. This is the favourite overtaking point of most of the drivers here today. Through the tri-oval they come then. And look at that, he's bump draft and he's got it right. Very smart driving there by WTTN. Using him to try and catch KKND in front. Now he's got a car leaving the pits there, so assuming that will be a lap down. PH Factor is catching these guys to an extent now. He's about 9 seconds away. He really doesn't want to see these guys bump drafting. That's not going to help his campaign at all. So through that fast little flick of a left-hander, heavy braking there down to just about 60 miles an hour before powering up again. And looks like KKND's gone all wrong there, a bit of oversteer, but nothing he can't handle really. Ngannou and Devil Bevin still waging a war. They're still separated by about 2 seconds as well now, so a little bit of an incident earlier on. It was nothing notable, just a little bit of oversteer. And that's put some distance between the two drivers. They're not exactly side by side anymore. But either way, there's still a little bit of action on the circuit, no matter where you look. And it's just beautiful to see these cars in this sort of scenery with a circuit as exquisite as this one. It really is, as I said before, one of my favourite circuits to race on and to commentate at. It truly is a beautiful piece of track design, this infield course. The perfect balance of road and oval. There's not too much of each. The road course corners challenge the driver in just about every sense of the word. Yes, there's no elevation changes really as such until you get onto the oval, but the blend of corners you have and that variation you have of the fast flicking corners through that left speedy right-hander of turn number 5, or through that sharp hairpin, or the infamous bus stop chicane, the Daytona circuit offers something for every driver, and this is why it is loved and adored by so many. And as Clark 10 makes his way back to KKND, he's going to try and make us love and adore this overtaking manoeuvre, because he's all over the back of him through turn number 7. Nice and early brake in there. He may have got a bit of a better run, but I just don't think he could get the power down early enough. And unfortunately for him, Clark 10 is able to just about maintain the slipstream. It's not an incredible one, but a slipstream is a slipstream. And Clark has got very close, hasn't he, through the bus stop chicane. Let's see if he can make a move then into turn number 1. He's going to need to stay in that draft for as long as possible. The dynamic airflow that what the TDI offers, the first closed cockpit prototype that the Audi team made going into Le Mans, and you can really see right now what effect this has here at Daytona. This is not like a Riley DP or one of the Chevrolet ones. This is a perfect built for Le Mans prototype. And when it tackles the circuits demanding us Daytona, the results are something tremendous as Clark 10 makes the move. And now KKND's on the assault. Trying to go to the inside. No, oh, he's lost control. They both have. At the very same time. What a strange occasion that is. And WTTM won as seamlessly walked into 4th position. He didn't ever say in the matter. He just sort of sailed straight through. So kind of, oh, okay, thanks very much, lads. I'll see you on the other side. And he'll now try and escape with as big a lead as he can. He's about 3 seconds in front already, but that is set to change, of course, with the differing pace of the two drivers. But we'll wait and see. Even so, that is a great start there for WTTN M1. By this time, we're over halfway in the race now. And now with a chance of 4th position, his chances are looking brighter than ever when it comes to this championship and succeeding. So a quick rundown of your order then as Dimitri makes his way onto lap number 9 of 11 through turn number 1. So it is Dimitri, still your race leader, still from pole position, looking to continue that trend of drivers that have won from the pole tonight here at the infamous Daytona International Speedway. Devil Bevan sits in P2, Engarge in 3rd, Clark 10 4th, closely followed there by WTTN, KKND in 6th, PH Factor gaining on these guys in 7th, the winner of the 500 to 900 Skill Quant B race, and the pole sitter of course there as well. NASCAR 88 fan in 8th place, with Reba down in 9th after Reba suffered a little bit of contact earlier on in the B race, looking to redeem himself today. Got himself in the top 10 for the A race, so not exactly a bad result at all. We've got Reckon in P10, Andy Bob 11th, Flip in P12, and in the pit lane there. So Flip maybe with a problem as Jim Wally and Ice King round out your order for today, but I think Flip Mick Clame has got a bit of a problem as Jim Wally moves to the outside to let traffic through. But Dimitri, as we say, still leads as he makes his way now onto lap number 10, the penultimate lap of the race. He's led 10 perfect laps so far. He's just got 2 more to go now, including this one. Let's see what he can do. 9 laps in the bag, 2 to go. A few more minutes of racing, and Dimitri could be crowned the winner of your well, it was Sunday race off then. Your winner of your New Year's Championship, round number 3. A vital win before going into the final round next weekend. A round which is surely going to bring out the very best and maybe possibly the very worst of these drivers as well, as they all chase that prize for a total of $100 for the winner. So there's a lot to play for here today. Spread over 4 rounds. We've seen it all. We've seen the Maseratis in round number 1, the Indy cars take on as well. But what an incredible atmosphere we've seen here today. Dimitri round, get back to the oval again. Neville Bevin's only 7 seconds away, so it's not all exactly in the books yet. There could still very well be a late plot twist. It's not over till that checkered flag flies, and I think we've got to respect that rule in Sim Raceway more than ever. So Dimitri through turn number 4 now of what would be the oval course, but it's turn number 11 here on the road course. Commanding 10-second lead there over Neville Bevin. It's a convincing lead as well as he heads into the final lap, down to just over 1 minute and a half to go roughly until Dimitri could be crowned a victor. There you can see at the top of your screen, 1 lap to go as he enters turn number 1 for the 11th time today.
Final lap, keep it going.
So as we say, though, there is still plenty of action left to come, I reckon, especially into the final lap. Everyone realises how tense these final laps can be. They can really bring out another side to a driver, one we're not usually used to seeing. And we may just get an example of that today. We'll have to wait and see. But it is Dimitri that leads with a very, very decent chance here of snatching a victory. PH Factor off again in P7, that's through turn number 3. And he gets the car back going again. A bit of a problem there, maybe. Or what could be his NASCAR 88 fan looks to try and take control of that battle and snatch a move at the last second. We've got to look at Dimitri though as he enters the bus stop chicane. He's got a couple more corners to go. He keeps increasing the gap back to Neville Bevin. And in the end, I think this is going to be more than enough to claim the victory. Just one more corner left to go, and all that hard work is done. It's only been 20 minutes of racing, but Dimitri is going to be your winner for round number 3. So we go then through the triover one last time. He flashes the lights. Dimitri knows he's the winner of week 3 in the New Year's Championship in the 500 to 900 skill quad, winning your A race. Neville Bevin takes a close second, keeping him in close order all the way. We've got Engange in P3, WTTN battling away, holds on to P4 from Clark by the skin of his teeth. 6th place for KKND, 7th for PH Factor, including a little spin earlier, so not a bad result at all for the first race winner of your night. NASCAR 88 fan in P8, Reaper 88 in 9th. He's followed by Reckon, he rounds out the top 10, Andy Bob in P11, Jim Wally, he'll round out 12th, and Flip Mick Kame, he'll finish out your top 13, with Ice King, the last of the remaining runners, in 14th. So don't forget, there's still plenty more action where that came from. The 2 900 to 1100 races are coming your way in just a short moment of time. But between now and then, we've got the Mitsubishi Evolution X World Championship, round number 3, coming your way. Hello everybody and welcome back live to your Sim Raceway Sunday night entertainment. You've just joined us for the qualifying for the Edmonton round of your Sim Raceway Evolution X World Championship to start 2014, and what a championship it's been so far. We've seen some fantastic racing over the last 3 rounds, and it's surely only going to get better from here. If the last races are anything to go by, it is going to be a truly remarkable selection of events we've got left. 2 races left in the championship, and it's still pretty much anyone's. We've seen some, as we say, pretty emphatic racing in the past, and remember where this all spawned from, that December championship all that time ago, and we saw some brilliant racing there as well from rounds like Watkins Glen. But now it's all about here, right now. The past is past, and you can't live in it, or you may affect your driving style slightly. But round 1, of course, saw us take on the Auto Club Speedway. Last week we travelled back over to the UK to tackle the Donington Park National Circuit, and today we're here at the Edmonton Airport, a circuit which really will test these Mitsubishi Evos to their maximum to see who really is the masterclass here. 4 minutes 36 to go, and what a qualifying session we have from P4 to let's say from P1 to P4 I should say, with just in a tenth of a second. From P1 to last position are all within 1.2 seconds. So the entire field covered by just over a second, and that could really be a crucial factor when you come towards the end of the race, especially if all the drivers are having similar race pace compared to their qualifying pace. It's going to mean it's going to be a very exciting 25 laps or so. These drivers are going to be giving it their all. We've seen what Edmonton can do before when we've seen the IndyCars tackle it. What better way to use an airport than to turn it into an official raceway? You can see edmonton.com there, the banner. Don't forget you can go and check that out, the official website of the circuit, and what a truly remarkable place it is to travel to and have a race at. A perfect blend of corners. And if only Heathrow or Gatwick airports in the UK could muster up such a racetrack, I think I'd probably find a new best home over there, and I'd maybe want to think twice before getting a driver's license. But through the chicane there goes now Senor in P10. Bit of traffic in front of him, but that's been soon averted. I think there was a bit of an off there for, looked like, I think it must have been Mergio. He's got the car going again anyway. It was Graf Findel, I beg your pardon, the second white Evo that is on the circuit at the moment. Trio P11 at the moment, but we've got to take a look at what now Senyor's doing. Again, a little bit of more traffic up in front. It's about a tenth of a second away from Crash HMF at the moment, as Asa O'Connor takes pole position now. So over the line goes now Senor, and where does that get him? He does gain, but it's not enough. He's still 700ths of a second away. Asa O'Connor now leads this session by 0.02 of a second. The race is well and truly on. Just taking a quick rundown of the order then, as Cortese gets a bit closer, so it was separated by about 0.03 of a second. There's now got a bit more between them. Cortese on a 58.250, Mercia in 3rd place, Van Panther 4th, Wallen Fox in P5, Graf Findel in P6, we've got in P7 B1386, then King Dio, Crash HMF in 9th, then Nel Senor Trio in 11th, Suzuki LJ50, then Mr. PA and Kappa Bomber in P14. The only man yet to break that 59 spell, and if he can do it, that'll mean that every single driver is in the 58, so that would truly be a remarkable feat for these drivers to accomplish. But they're all now officially within 1 second of one another, so 1 second splitting 14 drivers. That is an absolutely insane statistic. And I was talking to our events manager last night, Corsacco, one, you know, the great guys at Sim Raceway. I'm sure you can see him and have a chat with him in the chat after this race about how much hard work he really does put into this. So we're talking about how close this Evo qualifying heats really were, and they absolutely blistered the qualifying session. The entire field was so close together I don't think anyone knew how it could have panned out. It really makes this championship so much more interesting when you've got that amount of competitive nature within the field. So 9 laps have been attained there by Trio. 30 seconds left in the session. Asa Ricola still with the lead as Van Panther now goes second. Into turn 1 he goes, and he's done a great job there to put himself in a good position. He's got one more lap of course as well. Asa Ricola needs to find something. He's gone a bit too deep into the chicane, I think there. Either that is the tightest line imaginable, or he's done that purely by accident. And again, this is Asa Ricola we're talking about, and he's really made this the Evolution X Championship a regular thing now, and he almost hits the tyre wall again. He's got this nailed, hasn't he, when it comes to this track. This is scary to watch. I'm on the edge of my seat. But he's become a regular competitor in the Evolution X World Championship here. We're used to seeing him at the top flight of racing in the A races and the 900 to 100, well, the 1100 skill quant. We've seen him decimating the Sunday race off, so to see him in the Evos, and Cortese takes it, and Asa Ricola takes it back. So Asa Ricola snatches pole from Cortese right in the final moments. B1386 now third, Van Banda fourth, Mergia P5. Let's keep an eye on that top two. Cortese is still on a lap, and he's going onto that main straight now. Let's see if he can maybe pip Asa Ricola. He only needs about 100 of a second. Over the line he goes. Is it going to be good enough? No, it's not. The Cortese session is over. B13 Van Panther. Mercia is over now. Lolin Fox as well. Grauffindel, Dio, Crash, Copper Bomber, Nelsenor, Trio, PA, and Suzuki. The entire session is over. Asa Ricola once again is your pole sitter going into round number 3. Hello everybody and welcome back live to your Sim Raceway Evolution X World Championship for these Mitsubishis, and what an event it could be here at Edmonton. It's a long 24-lap race. You're looking at close to half an hour's worth of racing here, and it really could be a tense moment for these drivers, especially Asa Ricola, that man on pole. Let's see if he can lead the field going into turn number 1. We have 1, we've got 2, we've got the 4th red line now. He needs to hold his line.
Flag, hit it.
Let's see what he can do then. The field go away in towards turn number 1. Asa leads, Van Pander still on the inside, Cortese all over him. Fancy a chance on the outside, B1386 is there as well, never write him off. And he's trying to go round the outside there, Van Panther trying to shuffle his way through. He's done well to get to second. And as the field made their way down that long back straight now in towards that chicane, expect some fireworks through here. It's a long race, but you never know. It's all seemingly flying through so far, single file. Very good stuff there by the whole field. So, been a very closely contested, I'd say, first lap so far. And all Crash HMF living up to his name there and having a bit of a crash with Mr. PA. It wasn't anything too major, but nonetheless there was a little bit of a tap as PA closes the doors and holds on to P13. But we said already earlier on in qualifying that this field is very close together in terms of race pace, and that's exactly been proven. Asa Ricola has just 1.6 seconds back to Van Panther. The entire field is separated by just 15 seconds after lap 1. As now Senor goes through number 1 there, inside Kappa Bomber. Nowadays got the move stuck. Asa Ricola, it's done nicely enough. Oh, there's carnage in the background. There we go. The fireworks have erupted and multiple cars involved. Oh my goodness me. Trio is off. I think now Senor was involved. We've got B13, Lion Fox, Suzuki, LJ50. Oh, it's Tyro, I beg your pardon, not Trio. Tyro, the man who got they brunted that, I think. So it's Tyro, Lolin Fox, Suzuki. I think Lolin Fox has lost the rear wing. So that is not a promising sign at all. But he's still managing to overtake Suzuki. So Lolin Fox doing good. Despite aerodynamic troubles, not exactly making it look hard out there, is he? Still fighting on in P12, we're on lap 3 of 24 as these drivers make their way round. Asa Ricola still maintaining the lead of this one. Bit of a slow move in the background there by PA as he surrenders at 6th position to now Senor. So a quick run through the order then as we're on lap 3 of 24. The great thing about this circuit is that it is only a short lap time. Lap time's averaging about 59 seconds. The bad thing for the drivers is that they don't have a chance to breathe and relax. This circuit is non-stop corner after corner. There's only really a waiting time of about 10 seconds between one corner and the next. That's the longest duration between 2 corners on the entire circuit, and that's just the main pit straight. And when the field are this close, the tight packed together, you don't really have time to think about much else except keeping that car in a straight line and not making any silly errors as Asa Ricola glides through that chicane, seemingly making it effortless. But the entire field close together. They all know what's at stake right now. They need to get themselves a good finish today if they want to maintain their chances of having a good result in the Evolution X World Championship, which, as we say, has had some brilliant racing over the past few weeks. It has been fantastic to watch, a pleasure to commentate on, and I can't imagine how the drivers must feel competing in it. Really is like something you would see in a British Touring Car Championship race. Talking of which, the winners of the last championship got to go to Donington Park later this year to watch the official touring car race from Donington, so courtesy of the guys over there, so a massive thank you to them for that. But a Suzuki weaves in and out there in P13 with Lolin Fox I should say, and Tyro. Those 3 drivers getting a little bit squirmy early on. We're only just starting at number 5 of 24. They do need to try and perhaps keep a lid on things. Don't go too much, or don't try too hard too early, should be the saying. Asa O'Connor, the master of race pace, it seems. 3.5 seconds he's got now over Van Panter. Comparing lap times at the end of this lap, they're about halfway through the lap now. Let's see then, so going on to the main straight, Asa O'Connor just about touching that outside white line to get himself as much track position as possible. So his lap time of 58.2 and a 58.6 there from Van Panter, so he was incredibly slower. 58.8 from Mercia, 58.8 from Grauffindel, 58.9 from Cortese. And now the field starts to separate out, but a 58.8 from PA is the biggest break of the mold there. 58.9s and 8s, 59.3, 58.5. Lolin Fox is pushing down in P12. So we'll see what he can bring to the table. He's a little bit way out of the mix just now. He's of course fighting on without that rear wing, but if he's setting times only 3/10 slower than your race leader, you've got to wonder, why don't all the other drivers just hit each other, knock those rear wings off, and pick up some pace? Because Lolin Fox, despite dudes in that rear spoiler, is absolutely flying. And Suzuki running as close to that concrete wall as he can. Trying to catch Lolin Fox in P12, but doing that is a very difficult task when Fox is posting time as competitive as this. Let's see again. Asa O'Connor of 58.1. That is a rocket time. 58.9, a 58.7. 58.7 again, Grauffindel. 58.6 for Cortese. We've got Pierre 58.9, 59.5 for Nelsenio. He's struggling down in P7. 58.9 for Kappa Bomber. 59 flat for Crash. 58, and let's just take a look. Yeah, 58.6 again. Lolin Fox really is an exception to the rule here. He's flying today. So about a quarter of the way through this race right now. And Lolin Fox is really posting some big times out there. Only thing is, how's this car going to act when it comes to overtaking other opponents on the circuit? It's not exactly the most manoeuvrable vehicle without that rear spoiler. We always say these cars aren't designed for circuit racing, but even so, that spoiler adds a lot of downforce to the car, and Lolin Fox is going to suffer a lot of understeer without it. King Dio P10, you take a look at him as he crosses the line to start lap number 8 of 24. Goes to the inside of turn number 1. It's going to be a very ambitious manoeuvre, I think. Very tight entry point and exit point, and he just about holds on. Oh, nice move there by King Dio. Very sleek indeed. And now almost clipping that tyre wall. King Dio is catching the Kappa Bomber circus almost, as Mr. PA is holding a few drivers up. Dio's got to be careful not to lose that car. Crash with a bit of a nudge there. And I think that may allow HMF to just pull alongside and sneak through. Almost had to avoid going in the pit lane there. That was very close. And you've got just behind Crash as well. You've got B13 having a try and get a cheeky look there, but to no avail just yet. Over the start finish line for lap number 9. And let's see what Lolin Fox's pace is. The underdog of 58.7 again. He is appearing in the background. You can see a B13 shot. And now you can see B13, Crash and Dio dueling away. So that will bring him up to 9th. Just in front of those guys, you've got that monster train of everyone from 8th up to about 6th position, I'd say. And then 5, 4 and 3 battling over 3rd position. Let's just wait and see as Grauffindel holds his line well. And we saw Grauffindel, I believe it was in Donington. The Grauffindel suffered a bit of a netcode problem, if I remember rightly. And he was running extremely strong again here, looking like he was really going to take the fight to the leaders. He'd been consistent in round 1, but round 2, he had a netcode issue. It stopped him from getting a good result, and he unfortunately retired. He's now back here in P4 fighting over the last podium spot. 58.6, so he's matching the man who's in P12 at the moment, of Lolin Fox. We'll see what time he can do in just a second. He did a 58.7 again, and Suzuki out of the race now. So Suzuki, was that due to damage? It may have been a disconnect. By the way, the battle for P3 still very heavily contested at this stage. As Grafindel and Mercier do battle, with Cortese eagerly watching on in the background. PA and Nelsenor also in a little bit of a war as Kappa Bomber tries to catch these guys. Bring in Dio, B13 crashed, and Lolin Fox with him. Lolin Fox has stormed up to the back of these guys, hasn't he? Lap 10 of 24, so we're almost into double figures now when they cross the line this time around. And that will mark the 10-lap completion rate. Over the line they go, and it's a 58.6 again. Lolin Fox has been so consistent with those lap times. It's not like it's one fluke good one. It has been consistently good. Around crash spins in front, and Lolin Fox has to take evasive action. I can't see that being a 58.6, but nonetheless, he moves up to P11. So you do kind of have to emphasise there with Crash HMF after getting a little bit of a tap. Tyro P13 Suzuki out of the race, of course. So Tyro, despite being 13, still has a big shot at winning this. I'd say winning this, what I mean is winning that battle there with Crash. And one thing we haven't anticipated is traffic as well, with lap times being about 58 to 59 seconds. It's at the halfway point, and Asa Ricola is about a lap's distance behind these guys, so he is catching them. So if Asa Ricola hits traffic this early on, it's going to make life very difficult for the leaders, I think. We'll have to wait and see how he deals with that scenario as and when he approaches it, but so let's take a look at the run through for the standings then. Asa Ricola still leads here at Edmonton Raceway as we approach the halfway mark this time by. We've got Van Panta P2, Mercier P3, Grafindel in P4 with Cortese in 5th place. However, that battle is very hotly contested right now. Cortese with the best seat in the house to view it. Grafindel looks to the outside, and that's going to be shut the door by Mercier. Unfortunately, he can't block off an outside pass there, and Grafindel can't make it stick. Low ducks to the inside, will be on the outside line for the exit of that chicane. And Mercier almost gets that corner wrong, and these three drivers are pushing each other to their limits. It's like they're all driving on a tightrope. Let's take a look what happens then. You can see Grafindel again on the attack. Cortese doing everything he can to defend. As Mercier goes on the heavy braking. Cortese without that rear wing as well has actually made the pass, but there's a bit of a tap from Grafindel, not letting them go without a fight. Cortese turns his car into the road sale version. And, well, in all honesty, look what this did for Lolin Fox. That sent his time skyrocketing. And it may have the same effect now on the man who sits in P4 at 59.1 last time. He gets a nudge there, and that's the consequence. A chain reaction. Cortese goes around. He pointed back in the right direction very quickly. He doesn't actually lose a position, but Grafindel, no, he's not going to be too merciful with that one, is he? He kind of takes the opportunity where he can and moves on. So lap 14 and 24 then. It is still an Asa Ricola lead at this stage, as Mercier 88 sits himself in P3, 14 seconds behind Van Panta. So the top three have all kind of just, it's been a drive of them versus the tarmac. They haven't really had too much in the way of action this race, but you can't complain. In this sort of championship, there's only 4 rounds. Every point is critical, and if you can get some easy points, I think you'd be the last driver in the world to complain right now when you've got World War III going on just behind you for a position such as 10th. So right now these drivers are in possibly the most enviable positions on the circuit. Lolin Fox still looking to capitalise using that aerodynamically changed car, you could put it, a 59.4 that time. The lap times seems to have seized for the moment as he looks for a move there on Kappa Bomber, but to no avail this time. Tries to dart at the inside and kicking a lot of smoke up the back of that car there. Instead of suffering a lot of understeer. I'd really love to see an onboard view of what he's turning that the wheel like in real life, because that must be a complete 180-degree turn to get that car turned to the right. There has been no downforce at the back of the car. The rear end will be so loose through the corners, yet he's making it work. He was 12th when he lost the wing, and now he's up to P10, so he's actually gained after suffering damage to the car. So Lolin Fox driving a wounded animal right now, but it's almost like a kind of 300 story, isn't it? He's just taking the odds against him and really sticking it to the well. He's lit up the pit stop button there, though. That's kind of worrying. I think there may have been a glitched error, but even so, Lolin Fox trying to attack Kappa Bomber and B1386 and break into that top 8 spell. Every point is crucial now. Now Senor goes wide. That's going to make a bit of a pile-up. As the field really does start to split into their own little groups now. Cortese almost loses it through there. Graufinkel follows suit in almost, again, a mirror image. These guys are almost synchronized swimmers out there today. Cortese seeming to be struggling for grip right now. He's not handling this aerodynamically changed car as much as Lolin Fox is. Graufinkel nice and easy under braking there, just trying to sweep the car in nice and early on. But Cortese doing well to hold his ground since he's taken that position. He hasn't really surrendered. He's kept Mercier within his sights, despite Mercier pulling away a little bit more than perhaps we thought he might do. Cortese hasn't really been able to stick it to him as much as he would have liked. That doesn't matter as they enter turn number 1. It is Cortese in 4th, Graufinkel in 5th. Then it's PA 6th. 7th is now Senor just as Kappa Bomber and B1386 duel away with Lolin Fox. Again, having the best seat in the house, watching these drivers leave it all out on the tarmac. Edmonton is going to be smelling a lot of tyre rubber after all of these cars are finished with the track. There's going to be a lot of burnt rubber surrounding the airport, and I'm sure that those aeroplanes are going to be smelling more of car rubber than they are of actually airplane fuel. So, interesting to say the least. But B13 looking like he could become a part of this as well, because right now it's going to be Lolin Fox that is becoming the hunter instead of the hunted, and B13 is going to fall victim to it. He cannot keep up with Kappa Bomber, and he's slowly falling into the clutches of Lolin Fox. Now, it's not definite. We've only got a certain amount of laps to go here. It's still not over. Lolin Fox has still got a good chance here today. But at least breaking into a decent result anyway. Again, we'll have to wait and see how this all progresses. But Kappa Bomber to the inside of now Senor. Again, he keeps trying through turn 1, and this time it may have just worked. And indeed it has. Now Senor now in the slipstream. The roles have been reversed. Let's wait and see what now Senor can do. Dancing over the curb through the chicane. And the car almost on 2 wheels there. Talking of 2 wheels, you will not want to miss the top 5 Sim Raceway moments of the week featured in the Sim Raceway Inside Line podcast. That's coming to you early on next week, recapping all of the racing you're seeing here tonight, including standings, hot shots, driver of the week, and don't forget as well, we'll have special features and some interviews as well over the course of the season. So that's coming to this Sim Raceway YouTube channel very shortly, so I can't recommend enough you watch. It will be absolutely brilliant, as now Senor looks to try and match the word brilliant with an equally brilliant manoeuvre to the inside of Kappa Bomber to take it back into turn number 1. Kappa Bomber holds his ground well, and that's a very hard charging. Yeah, I thought that was going to happen there. Little bit of a chain reaction. It was almost like a steam train for Lolin Fox there, and the momentum run has seemingly come to an end. It started off so well, but that's kind of a danger you risk really when you race a car that's literally looked like it's just come off of the motorway. It's got no rear wing. It's looking like a convertible. Oh my goodness me! He's lost 2 wheels. How on earth has that happened? I think he's... No, that's the end of the race. Yeah, he's lost 2 wheels through the chicane. He must have had a very hefty collision with that tyre wall. And yeah, he's completely out of the race. And what a shock twist of events then. The underdog of the afternoon has now seemingly just been transformed into, well, a spectator. That's absolutely remarkable. But anyway, then that leaves B13 crash, and now Senor to duel away, and B13 attacks Kappa Bomber with everything he's got there, and takes that Red Evolution X past him. So that means that both B13 and Kappa Bomber have dispersed now. Question is, can B13 also put a move on Nel Senor, or is his progress also going to come to a halt? Let's take a look and find out as they make their way back through that tricky left-hander. We've seen a few drivers make errors there today, so almost like the Wall of Champions, that corner, as B13 sends one careering up the inside, and there's nothing Nel Senor can do to combat that one. B13, oh, and off in the background goes Kappa Bomber. And we've got another Mitsubishi Evolution ready for road use. The rear spoiler comes careering off the back of the car. And Kappa Bomber has Kappa bombed his way back down the order if Crash has his way with him. So we have 4 laps to go. Asa Recola just about coming towards the end now of his laps. So you'll have 3 laps to go in just a moment. Van Panther not too far away. Cortese third, Grauffindel in fourth. But the endurance aspect of this race now, it's a long and daunting circuit. It's not one for the faint-hearted. It is a constant battle against the tarmac. It's not like it's one where you've got plenty of runoff area to make mistakes. You've got plenty of leeway to have a bit of leverage for when you do put the car in a bad position or you do carry a bit too much speed through a corner. This car will punish you dearly. And as Lolin Fox found out, as Kappa Bomber is going to experience, this track really does not take any prisoners. So over the line goes B13A6 to start lap number 22. He will start that lap from P7. So only time will tell, however, though, if Asa Recola can clinch onto this and become our 3rd man out of 3 tonight to win from pole position. Pole position has been such a dominant number, isn't it, today? That number 1. Each driver to start from pole position tonight, if this trend continues, is going to be a winner that following race. Asa Recola now with a 19-second lead over Van Panther as he starts his penultimate lap of the race. A couple more minutes, and he could very well be crowned the winner of round 3 as well. That will be 3 out of 3 for arguably the most dominant driver in Sim Raceway history. He's almost achieved it all, hasn't he? But he's never content with what he has. He always wants to strive to add another trophy to his cabinet, to add another win, to add another pole position, and that is what sets him apart from the rest of the field. He's so hungry to be the best, and you can see that in his driving style. His talent is unrivaled. But there's one man who could maybe match him, and we've seen it maybe just so close yet so far, so many times, especially in the New Year's Championship as well, and I'm sure we'll see it in round 3 today. And that man is Miss again. He came so close at Indianapolis. It came down to a penultimate lap manoeuvre on Asa Recola, and he finally overtook him for the lead. It was really Miss again's race. He led the majority of the race. He took a pole position. Asa stuck it to him all race long and made the move when it counted, and in turn got himself a race win. Question is, has Michigan got the pace tonight? Is he finally going to get one over on Asa Recola and get a victory, keeping his championship hopes alive? Because if he does not win tonight, I believe this is Asa Recola's championship. He will have won the New Year's Championship by my calculations. I may be wrong, but I think that math may be correct. If Asa wins tonight, again, then that could be championship over in terms of, for the win at least. But right now, Asa Recola has only got one championship on his mind as he rounds the final couple of corners here at Edmonton. Through the left-hander, dancing over the apex there, mind the anti-cut strip. And he's now just got one more corner left to go. Asa Recola is going to win 3 out of 3 here in the Evolution X World Championship for 2014. Edmonton belongs to Asa Recola. And what an emphatic victory that is as well. Van Panther is going to take a very well-deserved second. What a drive there by Van Panther. He really has matured over these last few weeks. And a very well-deserved position indeed. Cortese takes 3rd. What a heroic drive by Cortese. No rear spoiler on the back of that car. Was battling for P5 most of the race. And due to unforeseen circumstances, Cortese is now up to P3. Grauffindel takes P4. Mercia 88 is going to take P5. PA 6th. B13 7th. Now Senor in 8th. Kappa Bomber 9th. Just in front of Crash HMF in 10th. Tyro in 11th. And then our one retirement of the day, our first retirement of the day, the man who lost 2 wheels in one corner, was Lolin Fox. And then King Dio and Suzuki as well, just behind. Malolin Fox has definitely won. A bizarre moment of the week. Two wheels clouting that tyre wall meant his race ended prematurely. But for Acer O'Connor, he has done the complete opposite. 3 wins out of 3, a pole position and another victory. He'll be looking to carry that momentum into the main 900 to 1,100 skill quant race tonight. That skill quant gets underway in just a few minutes with the B race as we fly over back to Daytona International Speedway for the New Year's Championship. Hello everybody and welcome back to qualifying for your penultimate race of the evening. We're here back at Daytona Beach in Miami, Florida for qualifying for the 900 to 1100 skill quant B race. So really cannot wait to get this one underway. We've got 5 minutes 54 seconds left with the majority of the field starting to set their lap times now at 1:31.2 from Severio season top the time sheets. We've got Luke Sky 80 with a 1:31.9. So a little bit way off at the moment, quite a hefty lead that Severio possesses. Lazarus 16 there, 1:32.2. Penge with a 1:32.4, a 1:33.1 there from DiMagico, and a 1:33.5 from Mr. PA. Currently see your top 6 as it stands. The rest of the drivers still yet to set times yet. Some of the big names to look out for include John Daniels, Nel Senor, jumping straight out of the Evos and into this one. Vasquez, Fregel, RT Metz and Seacom are all still waiting to set times as well. So the question is, can Severio hold on to that lead? He's got 3.2 tenths at the moment over the nearest driver. That man driving the number 1 Audi is Seacom. That beautiful R18 TDI, the one that conquered Le Mans in 2011 against all the odds, despite 2 of the 3 Audis actually retiring that year. It was that number 1 which really did just take the fight to Peugeot and really just set Le Mans alight and prove to the world what makes Le Mans 24 hours so special and what makes these prototypes so special as well. These cars are so beautifully made. They're designed to endure the toughest of conditions, the toughest of tracks, and really just the toughest of races of all time. So Seacom piloting it right now at 165 miles an hour as he makes his way towards the bus stop chicane to try and challenge Severio's time. He's, as we say, currently separated by 3.2 tenths of a second as he goes in. He gets as close to that wall as he can, and oh, he's gone way too quick through there. And I'm amazed that the oversteer did not backlash and he went flying across. That was scarily quick, and so quick in fact I almost shut my eyes for a moment there. Seacom is pushing that car beyond its limits, and it won't surprise me if he takes a healthy chunk out of that 3/10 lead. Let's take a look. There's the start-finish line. Is that lead going to come down? Oh, he does as well, and he almost takes all of it. 0.86 seconds left. Not even a tenth. Severio's lead was almost 4/10 of a second. Now not even a tenth. Seacom is on an absolute rampage. Just take this lap on board then. As you can see, the iconic Daytona Ferris wheel to the left. They make their way through this very quick left-hander. It's a violent snap of the wheel to the left to make your way before heavy braking. Watch out for the oversteer as the balance of the car shifts from the left to the right. You don't want to lose the back end through this corner. It's happened to many a driver in the past. It's happened in today's Rolex 24 Hours of Daytona as well. But now through this left-hander to bring you back onto the oval, and Seacom is really taking this car and wringing the life out of it. Every last drop of energy is being used here. Run as close to that yellow line as you can. NASCAR style, you do not want to come up high. You're going to lose a lot of time. Get as close as you can to the wall before going into the bus stop chicane. You'll see how close he gets now, so he can violently snap the wheel in. Get as close to the tyre barriers without touching them right now. And yeah, no, I think that was, compared to last time round, that was nowhere near as effective. But, well, with a corner like that, you're never going to hit the same line twice in a row and be as quick as you are. Seacom through the final corner then before the tri-oval. Brings the car up high. Some drivers stay low, some go high. Seacom seeming that going high is quicker. 190 mile an hour. Oh, and he goes top as well. He beats it. He beats the time. He goes back in the pit lane, and that is his session done. He beats it by 100th of a second. How can Severio respond? Let's find out shortly. Penge in third. He's on his way to the line. He's 7 tenths behind at the moment. Does he take any out? Not quite. He starts the lap now, though. Luke Sky also on a lap. Mr. Jolly goes across the line from 7th. And he goes third. Big lap there by Mr. Jolly. And he'll be feeling particularly jolly after that one. That is an sensational lap. Penge in P4. Luke Sky 5th. Lazarus 6th. So a lot of these drivers needing to set times. Severio is the man we need to watch. He's retained pole position the majority of this race, and now is in danger of losing it after a monster lap by Seacom. Let's wait and see how this one pans out then. Not long left of the lap to go. He's making his way through turn number 3 and 4 now. Let's see where he's going to filter through. Is it enough? No, it's not, but he does get another try. 1 minute left in qualifying. Is Seacombe? Yes, he is out on the circuit, so Seacombe not giving up. I was going to say, rejoin the pit lane after that attempt. And as Seacombe goes very wide there, I'm assuming he's just trying to get a bit of a nicer run. Just take it easy this lap, make sure he gets a good run for his final attempt. Severio on track as well, remember. Jolly going through the bus stop chicane, a much tighter line there. Quicker exit as well, and he's got 2 cars in front. He's going to get a very healthy slipstream here. This could be the difference. Every second matters. And right now, Mr. Jolly may have just found a little bit of hope of taking a pole position. It depends how close he can get next time round. Is this going to have an effect on his time? Well, no, I don't think it will this time. No, it doesn't. It does a 1:31.7. And was that wasn't even quicker than his previous time, unfortunately, for him. But he's getting closer to that slipstream though, isn't he? To the car in front of him, who happens to belong to John Daniels there. So yeah, 1:31.7. That's almost a second slower than where he's currently paced at. But as Severio makes his way, Seacombe did not improve his time. Severio is making his way through turn number 4 now then. This is going to be the decider. Can Severio stick his car on pole position once again? Now the checkered flag's out. And no, he can't. And with pole position being such a decimating factor here today, every driver to take pole tonight has won that race they've taken pole in. Severio will start from 2nd and look to break the trend. Jolly in 3rd. Pange is in 4th, but still on the circuit and on a lap. So let's wait and see how well he martyrs is. It's a perfect line until the final bit there. And I think he may have ruined any shot he had of improving his time from P4. Our team Metz is back in the pits. Luke Sky's back in the pits. Lazarus is going to be setting his time now. We'll wait and see how this one pans out. That should be an improvement. I believe he does. He goes 6th. So Vasquez as well makes his way, does not improve. John Daniels doesn't improve. Now Senor doesn't improve. So I think it's pretty much all said and done. Pange in 4th. Seacombe is your pole setter. Will he improve now though? No, he doesn't. That is his finest attempt. Seacombe will start this race on pole position by 0.15 seconds. We'll see very shortly to see if he can defend that crown going into the race. Hello everybody and welcome back live then to your Sim Raceway New Year's Championship for 2014. Seacombe took pole position by 0.015. Let's see what he can do. Going into turn 1, can he continue the trend and win from pole? Let's find out in just a moment. We'll be right back. We believe we may have had a racer missing there, so let's retrieve and make sure he can get back in. And then we'll be right back with you for the full race. Hello everybody and welcome back live then to your New Year's Championship. After the almost full start last time round, we had a bit of a disconnection error, but it's all sorted now then. So Seacombe took pole by just over 100th of a second. Can he continue the trend by winning from pole position, or is there going to be a little bit of an anomaly? Let's find out as they get green flag racing here again at Daytona. What a start by Luke Sky. He's dipping below the yellow line to try and get something going. Saverio is 3 wide in the middle, already into turn number 1, and there's contact. Saverio goes careering into the barriers, and your pole sitter sails into the sunset effortlessly. The rest of that pack are all bunched up now from around 6th place downwards. Vasquez, DeMagico, Luke Sky, now Samuel, and the rest of that crew. Saverio down as low as 10, then he spins again. And it wouldn't surprise me if Saverio has got a severe lack of motivation after that one. Arguably one of the best starting positions, outside line of turn 1, go wide to avoid contact and sweep in. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be, and Luke Sky's off again there. This time, DeMagico with him as well, so a lot of incidents here in the very first lap at Daytona. You've got 14 of them to get through, and already these drivers have gone pretty crazy to say the least. Seacombe has got a 4-second gap over Lazarus 16. So a great start there for him. But let's wait and see how they enter the bus stop for the first time tonight then. How can he survive? Oh, and Seacombe spun in the leader spun. He's lost the rear wing. And the trend just may have been broken. Now, is it a logical question to ask if during that restart someone has sabotaged the race and poured oil over the circuit because drivers are flying everywhere? Seacombe is out of the race. Your race leader, your pole sitter, is out of the race. His championship bid may have come to a close. Penge is now second, dueling with Jolly. We've got a three-way battle for the lead. And Lazarus 16 is trying to run away with his life right now. He would love to get a win, but Mr. Jolly, having never won a Sunday race-off, having never won a championship race here at Sim Raceway, would love to get his name on that board. I believe I'm right in that saying that fact. Or at least one of this stature anyway, as he goes round the outside of Lazarus. Now Jolly spins as well. I think it's true, during that restart period, someone's gone out and poured oil on the circuit, because these cars are taking dancing on ice to a whole new level. He rejoins now. John Daniels is as high as fourth. This New Year's Championship has been turned on its head. It is wide open going into round 4 next week if things stay like this. This is absolutely remarkable. We're only on lap number 2. As we watch them all flow through the bus stop chicane, Pierre and Fred will go a bit side by side. Oh, I can't look. This is going to be a bit tense. They're almost 3 wide through turn 3. They've got traffic in front. Daniel's running as hard as he can. Used in that oval racing logic. The American big NASCAR fan, he's used to this sort of racing. This is almost home territory on an oval. But my goodness me, what a courageous battle we've got today, and what a great group of drivers to watch as well. As now Fred got us to try and dart his move to the inside. Not quite. Our teammates in PA will be left to battle. Oh, and no, PA's hit the wall. And luckily no visible damage there at least. The car continues on. And Daniel sails back through and takes P6. So, you know, I was trying to kind of preserve my throat tonight for the final race, but I fear I may have lost my voice by the end of this race, because this is absolutely sensational stuff. We've got Penge in the very end of the pit lane there. That's interesting. As Lazarus almost loses that car. Doesn't want to do that there. He's got an 8-second lead. He doesn't want to throw it away. That will be the last thing he wants. He's not looking the most stable driver out there right now, in all honesty. I think he can slowly try and jit that wheel round, make sure he makes all the right calls. He's got a long race in front of him. He's not even really got underway yet. As Vasquez second, then the battle with Jolly and RT Metz over P3 and P4. Take a look at the bus stop chicane there. RT Metz goes, Vasquez, I beg your pardon, goes straight through at the back. And there comes that massive train of cars headed up by John Daniels. And that's the battle for P5, and that's PA trying to go to the outside of him now and maybe make a move stick. In the R18 TDI, watch out for Fregel there as well, maybe waiting to capitalise on an error. In fact, he's got a great draft, hasn't he? This three-way tandem they've got. Pierre looks to the outside now, and oh my goodness me, I don't like the look of this. This could go 3 wide already. Fred was trying to search for it, and almost gave a bit of a bump draft boost. That's the word I'm looking for. Bump draft boost to Mr. Pierre, but he couldn't quite get it off. And Jolly, obviously not too jolly with something that's happened. He's well, he's got a right to be, I suppose, doesn't he? He's down to P9. He's lost the rear wing. Yeah, Mr. Jolly's race has definitely taken a turn for the worse. He's spun off into turn number 1. And that could very well be race over. He's going to continue on, I believe. He's not going to quite adjust. Yeah, he's going to try and keep that car going. Nah, and he's off again. And that's the difference between an Evo without a rear wing and an Audi R18 TDI without a rear wing, if any of you were wondering. Lazarus 16 leads the way as he makes his way to the bus stop chicane for the 4th time today with a 12-second advantage over Vasquez, and what an advantage it is indeed. He's got a clear track in front of him for the foreseeable future as well, which is only going to help him. We've got our teammates in P3, John Daniels in 4th, who's actually catching our teammates. I think Metz must have had a bit of a poor run coming off of the bus stop or something, because Daniels is gaining ridiculously quickly. But let's take a look. PA and Fraggle going side by side, and Fraggle's been cheeky. Gone for the outside line, get the draft off Daniels. Daniels sees what he's trying to do. They're both fighting for Daniels' slipstream. And neither of them end up taking it in the end. It is still PA that holds on to his position. But anyway, PA still trying to fight on this brilliant trio battle we've got, and Severio starting to join, who's already recuperated back up to P7, so not exactly had a bad start at all. Considering the circumstances, it could have definitely been a lot worse, so he's done well to maintain his current position. And as we get ready to rejoin the oval again, and you can see Daniels has really nailed that line. Both Frego and Mr. PA got it a little bit sideways, I think. As PA is in the prime position now to get a slipstream moving. Let's see where he can position his car. Is he going to go for a move in the bus stop, or maybe wait for turn number 1? There's only one way to find out, and right now, looks like he's going to try and go through the bus stop. Oh, he's broke way too late! And that's the consequence. He's very lucky. That wasn't a worse collision, but he has taken out Fregel as well. And I don't think that was intentional at all. That was just a little bit of a side swipe, in all honesty, by the time he lost control of the car. But once again, this race is wide open for the taking. So Daniels, as a consequence, then is actually up to P4 at the moment. So great drive here by John Daniels, that has to be said. He's not exactly been too bad today in this opening stint. We're almost halfway through, 2 more laps until we achieve that. Severio now at 5th because of that, Damagico 6th, PA 7th, Fregel 8th, Penge in 9th. So definitely these guys have been going so well today. Despite all the incidents and the spins we've had, to see this attrition rate so low really is fantastic to see. The sportsmanship of these drivers truly is unrivaled. So we've only actually had then 2 retirements, Mr. Jolly and Seacombe, both having lost their rear wings at some point during the race. Very early on, it was Mr. Jolly on lap number 4, it was Seacombe on lap number 1, that turn 1 incident, which he somehow escaped, and then he got to the bus stop chicane, he lost control of the car, and just like that, the pole sitter's race turned from absolute glee to utter despair. But the show must go on, and Lazarus 16 is giving us one hell of a show at the front of the field right now. 5 seconds in front of Vasquez. Vasquez slowly closing on him, and it seems to me like our team Metz is gaining as well as Luke Sky retires. So Luke Sky, just now our attrition rate, Luke Sky retires. That kind of sums up the whole commentator's curse being a real thing, doesn't it? So Metz in 3rd. Let's take a look at lap times next time round, because I do think that this lap traffic is going to be an issue, as Vasquez had just got his way past, I think that must have been Nelsenor, yes it was. So Lazarus makes his way towards the bus stop again. Daniels in P4 rejoins the oval. There's not that much separating the top 4. There's only, well, I say not a lot, there's 40 seconds, but as Lazarus makes his way through, he's done a good job so far. Nice tidy line. It's so scary going through there at those speeds. Those tyres are so intimidating. And Vasquez keeping Lazarus in check right now. Metz as well. You're just watching these on board through the chicanes, and it's making you just clench up. You're a bit scared for the drivers almost. The slightest error can see career into a tyre wall or see a Seacombe sort of incident occur. So PA 7th, trying to catch DiMaggio at the moment. Those guys separated by about 6 seconds. One to that one as the battle goes on. A 132.5 though from Lazarus, a 133.4 from Vasquez, a 132.7 from RT Metz, and a 132.8 from John Daniels. So both Daniels and Metz are gaining on your second place man. But Lazarus, as he rejoins over again, oh, he's gone very wide there, so it's alright, he's got lead contend with, I suppose. He hasn't really got the car breathing down his neck just yet, but Vasquez is there in the shadows, just lingering around, waiting to officially hit the halfway mark. Metz P3, Daniels currently P4, Severio sat in 5th position at the moment. As you say, he's only 8 seconds behind, he's 6 seconds in front of DiMaggio. So for once now I think we can safely say that the field has slowed and calmed down. We can all take a breather as Fregel, no maybe not, he's just hit the wall and now he's on the entrance to the pit lane. Now that is quite interesting indeed there for Fregel. Again, he's lost that rear wing. Yeah, so Fregel does make it to the pit lane eventually. The rear wing does get refitted. But even so, it's not exactly ideal for the man. As we take a look at Metz and Vasquez, that battle is drawing closer. Metz is approaching some traffic in the term of Nelsenio. And I can't see that being a major issue. Nelsenio's been very good so far at moving out of the way and being respectable when it comes to getting out of the way for traffic. Something which is an absolute paramount in endurance racing, especially at a circuit as tight as this. You can't always be fortunate enough to pass traffic on an oval. Sometimes you do have to pass them on the infield course, and when you've got a combination of corners such as this one, it's up to the driver who's doing the lapping to obviously make his intentions clear, but the one being lapped also to make sure that he's getting out of the way. So as Max gets a healthy slipstream, it may actually help him trying to catch Vasquez, but I think Vasquez is really just focused on Lazarus at the moment as Lazarus pulls away a further couple of seconds there. And John Daniels trying to catch Metz as well, and now Senor goes wide for RT. Metz are in P3. So Metz goes through. The lights go off, nice signal there as he knows what he wants to try and do. Playing it safe, running by the old endurance code of flashy lights to go through. But it has been a very quiet race then in the second half since the absolute war that was laps 1 to 5, I think. There was so much action there. I think that would have kept the racing fan happy for months. So Severio still P5 then, after recovering from the Turn 1 incident. He's done very well in all honesty. If he can keep that up and maybe pass Daniels, he is gaining. And so we'll compare lap times at the end of lap number 10, which is the one they're on now. But if he can keep that up, then I can't see why he can't be a contender for Driver of the Week. In the Sim Raceway Inside Line podcast, he's recovered well so far. 10 laps in now, he's got himself into a top 5. I can't see why, if he can pass Daniels. And why not? Because John Daniels, you can see just up the road there as they make their way to the bus stop chicane for the 10th time today. And through the bus stop they go. Severio with a much tighter line. He's done that consistently all afternoon. As Lazarus makes his way onto lap 11, and he's just made a pass there for some lap traffic, but he's done at such an awkward angle. I'm wondering if that's going to give Vasquez a bit of momentum there. You can actually see Lazarus in the foreground. Yeah, so I know it has gone back up to 9 seconds. It was down to as low as 4 a minute ago, but that's what I see when he recuperated. But Vasquez P2 will give you an update of the order then on lap 11 of 14. Lazarus, Vasquez, our teammates, Daniels in P4, still in front of Severio. That gap is about 7 seconds. Again, we'll give you a full update as they cross the line. DeMagico 6th, Mr. PA in P7th, Penge is in 8th place, 9th is Fregel, 10th is now Senor, 11th is Luke Skyen out of the race, 12th Jolly, and 13th Seeker. But don't forget, if you do want to get involved in a championship like this one, the next one should be coming pretty soon after the climax of the New Year's Championship. Simply head over to simraceway.com if you haven't already. It is a free-to-play game with all of the tracks for free and a selection of a couple of cars as well, with some great deals on at the moment. You get 1 car a week for free as well on a Tuesday. Give it a test drive and a big discount just as a weekly bonus. And then you've got a great bunch of guys in the community as well. There's a Sim Raceway Karting Championship. You've got the New Year's Championship, the Mitsubishi Evolution X World Championship. There's something for everyone, and the skill quant system really does mean that you will only be matched against players that you will be able to have a proper race with. So you're not going to be decimating people and lapping them after lap number 3, but at the same time, you're not going to be being the one getting lapped after lap number 3. It really is a great system, and since it's been introduced into the sim, we have seen some great races indeed. But anyway, just notice then, Nazareth 16 has lost a lot of time, and I think he's got a lag issue. I'm just taking a look on board, and it's almost like he's disconnecting. And at this sort of stage, that kind of problem is very worrying. Lap 12 of 14, 2 laps to go. And if your internet's playing up, it could be utter heartbreak in the cockpit of that TDI right now for your race leader. But anyway, then lap 13 and 14, and Lazarus has got himself now one empty gap again. He's got to be careful of that internet. John Daniels and DeMagico. What's happened to Severio? It's been an incident. Severio's down to P7. Now that could be key, because now it's DeMagico that's 15 seconds. Oh, about 15, yeah, behind John Daniels. So, unfortunately, that means that battle that we were anticipating to come to an end. What this does mean is that Mr. Pierre and DeMagico are only 2 seconds apart, so there is the chance that those guys could have a little bit of a battle as we start the penultimate lap here around Daytona. And if it is me or no, these clouds are getting a little bit darker, it seems, especially on the oval. As you can see, just a little bit of grey sky shadowing over the beautiful beach here at Daytona. Lazarus now with a full 10-second advantage over Vasquez at this stage. Makes his way through to the bus stop for the penultimate time today. And he really has been unchallenged out front, hasn't he? It's been a courageous drive, making his way through all the adversity and all of the challenges that we saw in that first stint. That must have made a Destruction Derby look less violent, in all honesty. It was a very, very worrying couple of laps for a lot of the drivers out there. There was a lot of incidents, a lot of maybe crashes that shouldn't have happened, or spins where other drivers got caught up in, simply in the wrong place and the wrong time. Lazarus was at the right place at the right time the entire race, and he's had the pace to be able to dictate his fate now as he starts the final lap, 14 seconds in front of Vasquez, and looks to take his maiden victory here in the New Year's Championship in the penultimate round. There's one more lap sitting in front of him. Daniels crosses the line. DeMagico and PA still with a little bit between them. It's not going to be enough, I don't think, to see them draw into combat. But even so, there's a little bit of a chance. As you say before, never say never. Not over until that checkered flag flies. And Lazarus makes his way through turn number 5. A sweeping right-hander, making sure there is no oversteer on the car. He's driven a perfect race this afternoon. Vasquez still keeping him in check, but it hasn't been enough. We've got to keep an eye on DeMagico and PA. It is getting a bit closer. I think Pierre's gained quite a bit there, but I don't think it will be enough for a manoeuvre. Let's just keep an eye and see what happens when they get to the oval, because, as we say never, the number 3 Audi being piloted by Pierre, chasing the number 1 of the Magico as they rejoin the oval for the final time today. Lazarus takes a bit of a dirtier line through the chicane, scrapes the side of the tyres. But that doesn't matter now because it's pretty much plain sailing from here, providing all goes well. We had a bit of an internet connection scare for him earlier on, but that does not matter now. He's just got one more corner to go. Comes off of turn number 4. He knows it's all done now. The fate has fallen into his hands. His New Year's Championship hopes survive. Lazarus 16 wins here at Daytona. Round 3 of the New Year's Championship belongs to Lazarus. Vasquez takes a very well-deserved second place. Great effort there. RT Metz in third. Daniels will take P4. The Magico and PA still kind of a little bit of a battle, but not enough in the end. A couple of other laps it would have been, but the Magico PA take 5th and 6th. Severio down to 7th. Now, we'll be intrigued to find out what happened there. If you do want to find out, be sure to head over to simraceway.com. Click that bright yellow chat button for all of the post-race reaction and discussion. Penge will take 8th position just behind. And then we'll have Freg will take 9th place. Now Samuel take 10th with Luke Sky in 11th. Mr. Jolly 12th place out of the race as well. Seacombe was your first man out of the race due to that turn 1 incident at the bus stop chicane. So 4 races down, 1 race to go. That can only mean one thing. The rivalry to end all rivalries is just about to get underway once again. Michigan versus Asa Acola. If Asa Acola wins, that will be his 3rd win in this New Year's Championship. That means it is mathematically improbable for any other driver to win that championship and take first position and that prize of $100 if Asa Acola wins today, due to my calculations. So, this is it then. It's game time, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with you here at Daytona Speedway for the 900 to 1100 A race. See you shortly. Hello everybody and welcome back live to your Sim Raceway New Year's Championship for 2014. It was eventually Michigan that took the pole position from Asa Acola in what is simply a must-win scenario. But can he deliver the goods when it really matters? Let's find out. We've got 4 red lights. And now we are racing a big start there on the outside by Asa Acola. Michigan's had a terrible getaway. And Asa Acola takes the lead. And Griffey already looks to punish him into turn 1. Michigan on the inside, tries to take it back, he does so. Trying to force Asa Acola wide. It's a bit rough and tumble down there, but right now they're still side by side. The 2 championship contenders. And Michigan swooping it round. It is side by side action. It is still the 2 gladiators collide. And Shadow Bounty moves up to 3rd after starting in 4th. Michigan on the inside of the left-hander, great car positioning. Michigan trying to get the inside line for that right-hander, but he may not get it. I think Asa Acola's going to take it. Oh, it's close, but no, Michigan has it. So great start there for Michigan. Despite a terrible getaway, he's able to just about hold on to that. So great start there overall after getting through that and holding off Asa Acola. But for how much longer? Because Asa Acola has got a long, long way to go. He's got all that train of cars behind him who are literally lying astern as they make their way through the bus stop chicane in just a few moments' time. And now look at Griffey as well there, attacking Pro Drifter in P4 and P5. That's an interesting battle. Griffey literally right under that tailgate. That is bump drafting to the max. We haven't seen that all night. That is absolutely remarkable stuff there. Let's see how much of a speed difference it gives. And he's pulled out to the side draft now. And I don't think he'll get enough around the inside. But Pro Drifter still holding on though. He's not letting up to Griffey at all. And so we've got battles all over the racetrack it seems at this stage then. As Elite Speedway is in the wall. I wonder what he's doing there actually. That's not looking like it's been too much of us. Oh, and he's in the pit lane. So Elite Speedway is out of the race, but we have to focus our eyes towards his front 5. Pro Drifter overtakes Griffey. Griffey tries to get underneath. Oh, he's made it work beautifully, but a bit too much oversteer. And that has sent that opportunity into shatters for now. Pro Drifter maintains that position after what was truly a great move. But the front 3 still in tight contention. And I wonder if Shadow Bounty can get in front of Asa Acola, and it stays that way for the race. Michigan and Asa Acola, I think, will be separated by just a couple of points. As Asa Acola looks to try and put a move on. So Shadow Bounty could be a real catalyst here in this championship. Shadow Bounty though attacks Asa Acola, and where's he going to go, inside or outside? Asa makes his intentions clear from the get-go. Lap 2 of 23 about to come to a close. Shadow ducks underneath. It's a very sneaky move, but he needs a bit more draft, and now he gets it. 193 miles an hour being forced under the apron. And he's still not got it off perfectly, and Asa Acola's done well to wrap it around the outside and put a nice pink bow on it and seal that as a present, because he's maintaining the position for now. Griffey and Pro Drifter still dueling away there for 4th and 5th. AGO6 in 6th, then AZ Best, Lounger, Lolin Fox and PMMS are doing a nice little battle there as well. Lolin Fox just holds on there. After the heroic drive he was having an Evo race with that no rear wing car. Didn't all go to plan in the end, but it was definitely entertaining to watch. As is this battle with the front 3 now, so still Michigan, Asa Acola and Shadow Bounty, and still are they taking down the rest of the world it seems. Their pace is unmatched by the entirety of the field. Been great to see so far. We're just going to wait and see how this carries over into the next few laps, because Michigan's pulling away, and every time they hit that oval it seems to me like Asa Acola's becoming the hunted, and indeed he is. Shadow Bounty's able to pull right alongside there. As they make their way into the chicane, Asa Acola holds the inside line, careful not to make contact. These 2 veterans of Sim Raceway now being caught as well by Griffey, the beauties of Daytona. So Michigan's got a 5-second gap over Asa Acola in the last lap alone. Shadow Bounty to the outside. going to be a drag race in towards the first corner. It's only on the third lap, remember. We've still got a hell of a long way to go. Ace of Recall holding on again. Oh, and a bit of a nudge there. I don't think that was intentional at all. I think that was Shadow Bounty just turning in a bit early or putting himself in a bit of a predicament. By the way, Grivy's going to take full advantage of that and try and pass around the outside, and he almost does as well. And Grivy just takes a bit of a nudge. Acer says sorry for the little nudge, but I think that was more 6 of one, half dozen of the other. But great sportsmanship by Saracola to just say the apologies there and just cleared the air between himself and Shadow Bounty for later in the race. But that quartet battle of Acer, Shadow, Pro Drifter and Grivy is certainly heating up in the early stages of this one as AGO6 nears closer and closer. Which again pulls away a little bit more now. You can see it's 6 seconds in front. And that's only going to extend as Acer Recall again gets reeled in. Miss again in clean air at the moment. As they enter the bus stop, you can see there goes Michigan through. And there's a delay, and then there's that angry storm of Audi R18 TDIs. And let's see what Shadow Bounty can do this time round as Pro Drifter and Grivy go side by side again. Shadow Bounty this time side by side with Acer Recall into turn 1. 2 side by side battles. This is going to be one to watch. Shadow finally sweeps it round. Has he made it pay off? Yes, he has. Delightful move there by Shadow Bounty. And this is going to shake up this championship so much. Ace has got to get a move on. He's slipping down the order. He cannot afford to lose any more ground at this stage. But anyway, let's take a look, because that gap now, while all this hustle and bustle's gone on, Miss again with a huge gap now, 7 seconds, then Shadow, then Acer Recall, then Pro Drifter and Grivy. Now let's just wait and see how Pro Drifter reacts to this scenario. He's past Grivy. Acer Recall's there for the taking, really, if he can just get in a draft. Acer Recall is still trying to fight with Shadow Bounty, but the difference maker here, guys, the big difference maker, is that compared to a lot of low lap testing to what these guys have been doing, these cars are running on full tanks of fuel, which means there will be pit stops, okay? So these drivers have been battling hard, they've been doing all these short run stints on the low level car of fuel, 5-6 laps maybe for qualifying. But when you think about it, when you put them in a scenario where it's 23 laps, they will be on a full tank of fuel. How does that car feel? It will be so much heavier, and it's a completely different beast. As Grivy repasses Pro Drifter and Acer tries to repass Shadow, but to no avail. But in all honesty, it's a completely different beast, and if you haven't done enough practice with the car on a full tank or with that high level of fuel and the extra weight added, then you're going to be in for a very tough surprise, because it's going to be like a completely different car to the one you've tested with all week long. And this is where Shadow Bounty and that quartet of cars are doing well right now. There's no oversteer at all. They've got that balance absolutely perfect. They rejoin the oval and look towards the bus stop once again. Shadow Bounty is now 8 seconds behind Michigan. Acer Recall 2 seconds behind Shadow Bounty, dropping him now 12 seconds behind your race leader, and this could be vital for the championship. As we've said, he's even losing time to Shadow Bounty now. And you've got to take a look, because Grivy's getting closer. In fact, Grivy is almost under a second now. That is scarily close for Acer Recall. Let's see how this is going to progress then, because Grivy's using Acer Recall as almost a getaway from Pro Drifter. Into turn 1 again, time number 7. Very late braking manoeuvre. You can see those rear brakes light up bright red under the stress that Grivy put that car through there. But right now, it looks to me like Shadow Bounty, Acer and Grivy are going to have the fight of their lifetimes in the closing stage of the first half of this one. Still going to battle another 6 or 7 laps until we hit the halfway mark. And let's just see how Acer progresses, because right now he's not been that dominant specimen that we've known him to be. Maybe Daytona just hasn't been his time. Michigan's been able to escape out front. It hasn't been easy. He did get off to a terrible start. It's worth pointing out. Off the line, he almost lost it, but he fought hard for it. He knows there's a championship at stake right now. He's 2 wins down. He's come second in both of those races. He needs a win to get his win back on track for a championship. And now Griffey launches an assault package on Acer O'Connor. And your championship leader sinks down to P4. Griffey with a thunderous strike up the inside. And that is going to be so different. And now look at Pro Drifter. Could it be down to 5th for Acer O'Connor? It must be something to do with the fuel. Maybe Acers have your own fuel. Because look how easy he's just breezed past there for Pro Drifter. Oh, and Acer fighting back round the outside. I don't think Pro Drifter quite anticipated that Acer would be there. Such a tight bit of track to go side by side with as well. And Acer sensibly surrenders. Got to think of the bigger picture here. But I'm honestly wondering if Acer O'Connor is simply going longer on fuel, because Michigan has now got a huge advantage over Shadow Bounty. And if he's going shorter on fuel, maybe Acer O'Connor's trying to leapfrog. Maybe trying to do one less stop or something similar, or a completely different strategy in mind. But Acer down to P5, he needs that draft now. And this is going to be make or break. If he does not get this draft, we know that car is heavier, it is slower on fuel, and that he's trying something bigger picture here. If he does, we know it could be down to driver error, or it could be just down to the fact that there are drivers who are quicker out there at the moment on this track. Let's just say he's not really, as we said, had that slipstreaming effect so far. But Pro Drifter gets a bit of a wobbly exit coming off of the bus stop, and I think now that Acer O'Connor may just punish him back for that one. Indeed he will. He's going to try and right round the outside without even attempting a draft there. So no slipstream needed, just pull straight alongside to get the side draft. And across the line to start lap number 9 of 23. A rundown of your order. Michigan still leads from Shadow Bounty in second, who's just 6 seconds away at this stage. Third place is Griffey. Fourth place is Pro Drifter 100, followed by Acer O'Connor, who started on row 1 of the grid, started in second place. Hasn't had the strongest first stint at all, and now finds himself behind Pro Drifter, Shadow Bounty, and Griffey in the middle of those guys as well. So a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll, are the famous words spoken by AC/DC. And Acer O'Connor's championship may have got a little bit more complex, but after taking a thunderous win in the Evo race earlier on, the man in 5th position just may have a bit of momentum on his side. He's just got to find it. Let's just see how things pan out as they come towards the climax of lap number 9. Michigan still doing an extremely good job at the front of the field. We'll compare lap times in just this moment when they cross the line next time round. And Griffey third, as we said. Nice job so far for Griffey to keep his championship hopes alive. PMMS, Lolin Fox in 9th, Agvarti 10th, Jamu in 11th, and AGO6 in P12. Don't forget, we'll keep you updated on all of these battles as soon as we get information. Nothing set in stone, but the clouds are coming out. I notice again here at Daytona, they are seeming a little bit grayer. Don't think it'll be anything too important, but you know, it's just nice to know things like that. As Acer O'Connor passes Pro Drifter on the inside of turn number 1. That's for P4. Pro Drifter vying for that line though. He wants the inside line for turn number 3. I think he may just have it at this stage. Yeah, he does. And Acer tried though. He's keeping with him. But he can't spend too much time dilly-dallying around here with Pro Drifter, because if he does, he's going to lose time to Griffey, and he's already lost 3.9 seconds here, which is already more than he would have liked to. I'm sure he would have liked to have been challenging Michigan right now and replay what we saw with the Maseratis at Indianapolis just last week. But nonetheless, he's got to work with what he's got. We know he's Almost king of cool, calm and collected inside that Audi. Almost like our very own Alan McNish. And as he gets in that slipstream of Pro Drifter once again, we'll have to really just wait and see how much it's going to take him to try and get his way through the traffic that he sees in front of him right now. Because Pro Drifter has been a worthy contender, hasn't he? He hasn't exactly surrendered very easily or gone straight out of the way. He's given him one hell of a big fight here as we're over the 10 lap mark. Later O'Connor can't get that slipstream working. This is still the closest battle on track as well, bizarrely. So let's keep an eye on this one. As we say, let's do lap times then. So Michigan a 1:30.693, a 1:30.2 from Shadow Bounty. So Shadow Bounty really is reeling him in right now, down to 4 seconds the gap. Riviera 1:31.0, 1:31.2 and a 1:31.8. Yeah, I think Later O'Connor must be running a higher fuel load. Those guys were separated by about 0.2 of a second in qualifying. In the race it's about an entire second. There must be a bigger explanation, and my guess would be that Asa O'Connor is running a much heavier car when it comes to fuel. There's no solid evidence of this, but it would be a very reasonable explanation, I'd say. As they rejoin the oval again, I think Asa O'Connor's saving grace right now would be a slipstream from Pro Drifter. So run through your order then as we come towards the end of lap number 11. It is Michigan that leads then, Shadow Bounty second, Griffey third, Pro Drifter fourth, Asa O'Connor in P5. But he's still trying to get into that range of the slipstream. AZ Best in 6th, 7th is Lounger, who's actually gaining an AZ Best there. Those guys are about 4 seconds apart now. So that's come down since we last checked that. We'll keep you updated on that battle as, again, it progresses. 8th place is PMMS, 9th Lolin Fox, 10th is JMU, 11th Anxiety, 12th AGO6 and 13th is Mr. Jones 83, with your sole retirement of the day being Elite Speedway. And look how close Shadow Bounty is requested to pit. Now, I'm not too sure if it's his strategy and that's how he's catching Michigan so fast, because that car must be extremely light if he's lit to pit already. And if that pit button is lit up correctly, that would explain how he's literally taking chunks and chunks out of Michigan's lead. He's literally hammering away at that statue. But Shadow has got the pit request in. Let's just wait and see how it pans out though. That's, again, got to be the only reasonable explanation I can think of as to how he's caught Michigan so quickly. But if he hasn't, he can just get in front and hold him up a bit. This would very much benefit a certain 5th place position, Asa O'Connor right now. Let's just see if he does dive into the pits this lap or no. Through the bus stop chicane. And Pro Drifter's requested a pit as well. So Pro Drifter has requested a pit stop. Asa O'Connor's may just go. No, is this going to be a blessing or a curse for the man in 5th position? Because if he pits, he does not have anyone to slipstream. There's no bonus miles an hour there. The Shadow Bounty, yeah, Shadow Bounty's in. Pit stop windows open then, lap 12 or 23, about halfway into this race. And Shadow Bounty into the pit lane, as is Pro Drifter, so that releases Asa O'Connor into clean air. Let's watch his pace right now and compare it. A 1:30.4 to Michigan, a 1:31.2, so it's still about an 0.8 difference at the moment. Anyone else in the pits or no? PMMS and Lolin Fox both choose to stay out, as Jamie 1 may decide to pop in for a little bit. Shadow Bounty is... oh no! Shadow Bounty sped in the pit lane and he's going to drive through. And that race has turned on its head right now. Asa O'Connor has got a saving grace, as does Michigan. Shadow Bounty, oh, and a slight manoeuvre there on Lolin Fox. Came out in traffic, duck underneath, and that could be overtaking the afternoon. That was absolutely beautiful. Great vision there by Shadow Bounty, planned it perfectly. Unfortunately, he didn't plan the pit stop so perfectly, and he does have a stop and go, well, a drive-through penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So for speeding on entrance, that's going to lose him a good, what, 10, 15, maybe even 20 seconds. Daytona is a long pit straight, of course. It's designed for NASCAR. NASCAR field up to 43 vehicles in one race. That means 43 individual pit boxes, and that means that's going to be one very long, very disappointing road on your way serving that penalty. The Shadow Bounty's chance of a win or even a podium and breaking up the Asa O'Connor and Michigan war may have just come to an incredibly quick halt unless he can get some intense laps in right now and treat this race like a hot lap contest. Lounger and AZ Best still 5 seconds apart at the moment. We'll keep an update on that one as well. 130.5 for Grivy, 130.7. That's the quickest Asa O'Connor's been all day. So Asa may be finding his groove right now. It's been a long time coming, but I think he may have finally just settled down and he's got himself into a rhythm where he can compete well, he can drive the lines he knows. And this is now essentially a qualifying simulator for Asa O'Connor, as there's no car to challenge him up front. Let's just wait and see then what Asa can do this time round as Michigan comes towards the end of his lap. He just got up towards the bus stop chicane now. And now this is interesting. So after serving the penalty, Shadow Bounty is right near Pro Drifter. And this has opened the race wider between these guys. Pro up the inside. Oh, and Shadow Bounty's race has taken a huge turn for the worst. Pro Drifter has got through, and devastation in the garage of Shadow Bounty right now. Pro Drifter has come and gate crashed the Shadow Bounty party. First a penalty, now Pro Drifter breaks up. What's going to happen? Well, Shadow Bounty's lay up that button again. I think he's just cancelled it then, but you know, things often happen in groups of 3. What's the third thing going to be? Shadow Bounty trying to repass around the outside, getting a bit desperate now. We've only got 10 laps to go here at the Daytona International Speedway for the 3rd round out of 4 of your New Year's Championship. Next week is the final round of the prestigious championship. Winners will be crowned and heroes will become legends. The question is, who will be atop the podium and winning that all-important $100 prize? So, Michigan still yet to illuminate that bright red pit button. We'll keep an eye on it, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 15 and 23. Grivy P2. Asa O'Connor P3. AZ Best still 4th in front of Lounger in 5th. That battle now down to 3 seconds to gap. So it is still getting less and less each time. So you never know. The pit stop window may break that up. It may not. But these drivers will still have to stop. Unless Asa O'Connor, I'm wondering, with a full tank of fuel and not going to stop at all. Oh my god, that is a genius idea if he can make it stick. Hoping that it will earn him, because we all know that he's naturally quick. He's one of the fastest drivers to ever race here in Sim Raceway. There's no doubt in that at all. All you've got to do is look at his proven track record. Countless wins here, there and everywhere. Shadow Bounty's left the game. And the man who was such a factor in qualifying, was going to be such a factor in the opening stint of this race, is no longer in it. And we'll be spectating this one from the paddock. But Asa O'Connor, he's got the speed. We know he's quick. We know he can deliver the goods under pressure. We proved that in Indianapolis last week. The question is, if he can do runs on a full tank of fuel in that Audi R18 and he can make it 23 laps, he doesn't have to stop because he knows he's quick, and that outright pace will make up for the 20 seconds he would lose in the pit box. So lose 15 seconds at the start and get 20 seconds later on. It's a good idea if he can make it stick, but we'll have to keep an eye on it. trying to calculate here how this could work, because you've still got about 8 laps of racing to go. The gap between Acer and Michigan is now 13 seconds. That's the lowest it's been all race long. We've got Grivy and PMMS in the pit lane. I'm just calculating because fuel consumption in these Audis is quite efficient. And that is what has taken them to, well, a lot of consecutive straight Le Mans wins. But especially this Audi R18 TDI, the one that conquered the 2011 Le Mans despite all the odds. The one where we saw Alan McNish in that huge accident. And the one which just saw one still remaining Audi take the victory over the Peugeots. If any of you guys have not seen the film Truth in 24, which documents Audi's incredible journey through the 2011 Le Mans, I would highly recommend it. It is definitely a worthwhile watch, even if you have no interest in the Le Mans 24 Hours whatsoever. It is a racing story to be, well, told through the ages, that's for sure. But Asa O'Connor's pit box is lit up. Now, is that going to dispel the last 10 minutes of me talking? Let's find out, because maybe he was wrong. Let's take a look. Don't forget as well, if you want to find out Shadow Bounty's reaction to this race and all of the post-race discussion, simply go onto simraceway.com and press that bright yellow chat button. There'll be some reaction right now, though. Asa O'Connor is in the pit lane. Michigan hasn't stopped. So Asa pulls in, hits his pit box perfectly. Now that's interesting. I thought he was going to go the whole... That's a very quick stop. A very quick stop. Now I'm wondering if Michigan is going to be that quick at all, or if he's going to be a bit slower. He's now got 43 seconds to the nearest car on track, who's AZ Best, and Lounger as well. Those guys who were 5 seconds apart, then 3, now just over a second separate them as we go into the final 6 or 7 laps of this race. And Lounger's catching them at an alarming rate. None of these guys have stopped yet. The second and third place drivers right now, both piloting that number 3 TDI. It was piloted in the 2011 Le Mans race by Dindo Capello, Tom Christensen and Alan McNish, the Audi Dream Team. Christensen, arguably the most dominant Le Mans driver in history. Dindo Capello definitely up there as well, and McNish, the Scottish racing legend that has redefined Scotland in terms of racing and really given a lot of hope to drivers trying to break through into the racing scene. We've got a bit of incident as well. Grivy cannot get past Colin Fox, and that is going to damage his race to an incredible amount. Grivy cannot get through, and Asa O'Connor is using everything about this now to catch up. And Grivy finally passes on the bus stop. If he can make the move stick, he does. But that has given Asa O'Connor a big amount of time. And now Asa's going to be able to slipstream Nolan Fox a lot easier due to the bad exit. You're side by side coming out of that chicane, you're going to lose about 10 miles an hour. And well, we've all seen Asa O'Connor fly through the bus stop. It's quite scary, really. So he does take a lot of speed, but Nolan Fox's saving grace there will be that draft from the rear end of Grivy. Lap number 19, Michigan leads, and he still has not pit. He's going up towards the bus stop in just a moment. It's going through about turn number 9, 10 now. You can see there's a bit of traffic up in front. There'll be nothing too drastic that he should have to worry about, really. Lounger and AZ Best are starting to close in on one another also. It's the first time that's happened reasonably at this rate in quite some time. It's been quite a steady progression. But let's just see then, because that slipstream's going to get bigger and bigger. And let's just keep an eye on Michigan. More importantly, is he going to pit or no? Is he going to sneak one in? Because we're going to get on to lap 20 now. That will mean there's 4 laps remaining. He's in the pits. No, look, I thought he was thinking about it there for a minute. But no, he's not. He just run very low to that line. 4 laps remaining. Michigan yet to stop with a minute gap next to AZ Best. And Lounger as well, as we say, second and third dueling away. Colin Fox and Asa O'Connor. Look at this battle. Asa O'Connor off the bus stop. What a run he's got to the outside. Turn number 11. He needs a draft, and Colin Fox has got one from Grivy. And that's not going to be beneficial to Asa O'Connor at all, is it? As they make their way back onto this little straight before the tri-oval. Asa O'Connor dipping in again. He wants to get as close to that car as he can before making a pass. trying to swing it around the outside. Unfortunately, he can't. Ducks underneath, but the inside line is held strong there by Lolin Fox. Unfortunately, he goes a bit deep, and Asa Ricola takes a position. So Asa breaks into the top 5, and it has to be damage limitation. Asa Ricola needs every position he can get right now. If he hasn't played this right, this could be devastating to his championship. All of that hard work could come undone, with Michigan been breathing down his neck all championship long. If Michigan wins today and Asa Ricola falls behind by at least 20 or 30 points now, it's going to be interesting. But Missy is looking to pit. He's going to have to, isn't he? This is make or break. And again, the trademark saying of what the edge of your seat was made for. Yes, he does. Michigan pits. So on the 3 lap to go berth, he slows down. He cannot afford an error here. We saw Shadow Bounty suffer a drive-through penalty. Michigan cannot afford anything. He has to stop perfectly. He's done so. Now, where is Asa Ricola? 58 seconds down the road. It can't be that long. Oh, he's off, is he? Yes, he is. What a quick stop that was. And that is going to be crucial. But where's AZ Best? AZ Best is in the lead. Lounges through as well. And the last thing you want is to come out behind 2 drivers battling for a race lead who've yet to stop. Grivy's though 13 seconds in front. Oh, Michigan's not out yet. Asa Ricola's close. This is going to be ridiculously close, and through goes Grivy surely. No, he doesn't. Michigan beats them both out. Michigan just about holds his ground and stands it with some authority. So it's been make or break time for Grivy as he brings his car up. We've got 2 laps remaining. AZ Best finds himself in the lead, and he's still yet to pit as his Lounger. They need to bring those cars into pit road as soon as possible, or are they going to be a bit of a hazard for Michigan's campaign to victory? They have to pit. Yeah, Lounger license pit ban. Oh, they both do. So the battle then for AZ Best and Lounger is going to come down to a pit stop. Who's going to be in and out of pit road quicker? Let's find out. Oh, and slide by AZ Best. Trying to maybe leapfrog him as Lounger dives in early. Penultimate lap of the race is underway. AZ Best leads. Michigan now takes second. Lounger's off. He won't be able to beat out Asa Ricola, I don't think. No, not a chance. Asa takes 4th. The damage limitation's there, but he needs to beat Grivy if possible. And he needs to do that now. He's got to find a way through. He's only got 2 more laps to find a way. A 1:30.5. 2/10 slower than Grivy that time. He has not been that dominant specimen, as we said earlier on, that we're used to seeing here today. Daytona is always one of those tracks where it's so unpredictable, and it's lived up to all of the hype. We need to see if AZ Best is going to pit or if he's going to try and risk it on a full tank. If AZ Best can risk this, could arguably be the most gutsy call imaginable, as Lounger comes out by just behind Pro Drifter 100. We'll keep an eye on that. So eyes need to be focused on AZ Best. So he goes through the bus stop chicane. Mind those tyres. Get it all nice and tidy through there. He's got 13 seconds. This seems to be a rocket stop, or he's going to risk a fuel tank and miss running out. Only time will tell. I think the Christian Horner leg will be going if he had a team boss right now. Does he pull in? He's not slowing down. He's not slowing down. AZ Best has pulled out one of the biggest shocks in his New Year's Championship. This is the final lap. He hasn't stopped. A full tank of fuel. The most gutsy call imaginable. And this is either going to be make or break. He's only 10 seconds in front. That car is going to be so light on fuel, it'll be running off drips inside that tank. AZ Best could have arguably tore this championship wide open. If you went to a bookies and said, I want to place a bet on the winner of this race, most of you would have said Asa Ricola, most of you would have said Michigan. No one would have said AZ Best. What an underdog, but Asa is catching Grivy as well. AZ Best has proven that this championship can belong to anyone. An unlikely hero is in the midst, and our number 1 Audi will be number 1 when it crosses that start-finish line in about 30 seconds time. My goodness me. That is absolutely astonishing. He was 4th or 5th all race long, didn't pit. He's just got to make it. He's got to be careful with the fuel now. Acer and Grivy are catching each other. Pro Drifter and Lounger are catching each other. After 23 laps and 35 minutes of racing, this race is still wide open. But AZ Best has proven that one gutsy call can turn you into a hero, and AZ Best is going to win. He's done it. Absolutely remarkable. AZ Best is your winner for your New Year's Championship Round 3. Absolutely sensational. I am breathless. That is a fantastic result. And he deserves a round of applause. He really, really does. To make a call like that in a championship this tense with a situation the way it is, and to beat the 2 protagonists, we've got to take a look at Pro and Lounger. Pro just got it. Let's run through the full standings then. It was AZ Best that won. Miss again 2nd. Grivy in 3rd. 4th Racer Acola. 5th for Lolin Fox. 5th for Pro Drifter. 6th for Lounger. No, 7th for Lounger, I beg your pardon. 8th for AGO 6. 9th JMU. 10th Axvarti and PMMS. That's still going left. PMMS and Axvarti have still got a battle on their hands. They haven't even hit the most crucial part of this yet. They're going to turn number 4. I think it's a bit too far away in all honesty. What a fantastic race that was to serenade us into the 4th round of the championship. AZ Best said he had no fuel left. It's a red icon. Now we take a look at your race winners then. So Ace Acola led this championship. If he won today, he would have clinched a championship. He came 4th. Michigan gets another 2nd place. That's his 3rd 2nd place in a row. He makes big progress. AZ Best provides the upset of the year and takes a win. Having no fuel left in the car, does not stop after 23 laps. And if there is another testament to why this Audi R18 TDI is such a remarkable car, this is it. AZ Best, you are the equivalent of a Tom Christensen. Thank you so much to all of the drivers who participated today, and congratulations to all of our race winners tonight. We will see you next weekend for the finale of the New Year's Championship and the Mitsubishi Evolution X World Championship. From myself, Liam Jenkins, have a great week, and I'll see you on the Sim Raceway Inside Line podcast this week.